welcome back. Before we get started, something that you could do that would really help me grow my channel is to either subscribe, which is free. By the way, it hadn't occurred to me that some people may not know that subscribing is free, but it makes sense because so many subscriptions you have to pay for. But subscribing is free and helps me grow my channel. I have little incremental goals. Like the first one was to get 10 views. And my next one is to be able to have a personalized link. YouTube will make a wonky type link with random letters and numbers, but they won't let you have a personalized link. I think it's until 400 hours worth of views. So anyway, so that's my next goal. So if you could thumbs up the video and subscribe, that would be fantastic. And with that, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I think this is going to be a super fun video because I love summer. I'm a summer girl. Even though I have fair skin, summer has always been my favorite season. So I just gathered a few items that I've been loving and enjoying so far this summer. But I do want to say, a good friend of mine and I were talking recently about trying to cut back on our spending. So I just want to preface everything by saying, please don't feel like you're missing out on anything by, and I keep pointing over here to the group of products that are sitting here and you can't see them, so I'm sorry. But I don't want anyone to feel like they're missing out or or that they're in any way obligated to buy any of these products. Okay, so this is in really no particular order. I thought I would get started with some sunless tanner things that I've been loving. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. It's the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer. It's actually an in-shower moisturizer. I love, and even though I'm fair skin, I get the medium to tan because I find that the light version is just way too light for me. So I honestly suggest going with the medium to tan, and then you can just use less and you'll get more out of it. So better bang for your buck. But what I love about this is, well, the price is amazing. I think it's like $7 and you get this giant container. It's 7.5 ounces, which is a good amount. I'm almost out and I think I'll need to get another one soon. But what I love about this is I can put it on in the shower. Oops, sorry. As soon as I get out of the shower while my skin is still slightly damp, not dripping wet. But I love that because I feel like that has a lot to do with why it doesn't streak, which is huge for me. Is it orange? It can be slightly orange, but I use a different sunless tanner to kind of go over it later once this is completely dry. I use another selfless tanner to go over it to kind of brown it up a little bit. But if you have any questions on applications of this, let me know. Let's see, let me put this here. And we're going to go through this kind of quickly because I got a canoe date. My friend invited me out to Spring Lake to be on the canoe today. And I will be wearing my sunscreen, of course. Okay, so this other product is by Drunk Elephant, and you know what a ridiculous fangirl I am of Drunk Elephant. Although, having said that, there are a couple products that they've put out that I was just kind of like iffy on. The Shaba Eye Complex was one, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't a home run for me. But anyway, I love this product. This product it's called it's Drunk Elephant. I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. It's by Drunk Elephant and it's called the Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum Guard and Glow. Okay, I can't vouch for the protection part. We'll just assume that that's the case, but the reason that I love it is I love the packaging. I love that it's a pump. I'm all about that pump life, but I love that it has a pump. And what this is you don't use this I think a lot of people think you use this alone. What you do is you just pump a little bit of this into your sunscreen or your moisturizer, and it just gives a really nice kind of bronzed effect. If you are a deeper skin tone, pass on it. I don't think it will show up. I would really like to see Drunk Elephant kind of step up to the plate and maybe offer one for our darker skin tone friends. I feel like a little bit of an advocate for them because I feel like a lot of cosmetics and a lot of skincare passes them by. So without getting too much into that, I would just like to see Drunk Elephant kind of maybe come out with a darker one for our, not just ladies, but our gentlemen who like skincare and wear makeup. I would like to see them to be included as well. Another product that I love So now, in keeping with the sunless tanner concept, this is the one I took off the shelf, because the one that I actually have in the shower, it has been dug into and is not camera ready. So it looks busted. So I just took this one off of the shelf downstairs, but it's my product, the Dirty Goat, and it's the Lust for Life Whipped Cleansing Body Scrub for bodies, not for faces. But it's got lava ash, also known as pumice, in it. So the reason that I love this product, and I'll make sure I link everything below. I don't know if I have any more on the website, but I'm thinking about bringing more of these back. They've seemed to be pretty popular, so I'm kind of waiting to gauge to see what people think of it so far before I decide if I'm going to keep going with this formula. But the reason that I love this is because I use it as an exfoliant before I apply my self tanner, and what that does is it removes the top layer of skin very gently but effectively, so that way my sunless tanner adheres better and will therefore last longer. It also makes an excellent pre-shave. So what I mean is, applying this all over your legs or wherever before you shave will ensure that you get a closer shave, which therefore will make it last longer. So this is, again, my Whipped Cleansing Body Scrub with lava ash, and I love it. Again, this doesn't look like it's been touched because it hasn't, but I promise I've been using it. But like I said, the one that I have has no label. It doesn't look good on camera, and it's pretty used up and looks pretty grimy at this point. So I used this one. Okay. So, sorry I keep reaching off camera. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, because I know everybody has somewhere they need to be. Nobody wants to be glued to their TV watching Erica Clark YouTube videos. But anyway, this, and now I don't know if you say, if you guys say Josie Marin or you say Josie Maran, but this Whipped Argan Oil Ultra Hydrating Body Butter. But make sure, because I think they have an unbronzy type version, but I love this stuff, and I think I might have mentioned it in another video, so if this is a repeat, I'm sorry, but I really do use the heck out of this. So once I know that my sunless tanner has completely and 100% dried, I will apply this, let's see if you can see it. Hopefully this focuses properly. As my YouTube channel grows, I will be able to hook up the camera to my computer monitor so I can see what I look like, so I can tell if I'm in focus or not. But right now I'm not at that level, so just bear with me if things fall in or out of focus. I've noticed with a lot of YouTubers it's a common problem, so I'm trying not to stress too much about it. I don't have a production studio, so it is what it is. But I will make sure I link it below. But it's the light bronze one. That's Vanilla Peach Infused Illuminating Body Butter, and it just gives me such a nice bronzy glow. And I think for the money, I can't remember exactly how much it is, but this is gonna last me well into the rest of the summer. In fact, probably until next summer. So for the value, I think it's a slam dunk. Okay, so sunscreen products for the face. Let me real quick just mention, I get a lot of questions about, okay, these are the sunscreens you love for your face, but what about for the rest of your body? I'm not the best person to ask about that, and here's why. I buy a lot of skincare products for research and development, purposes for my own company. But let's say I buy a kit, a good example is the Sephora Sun Care kit that I recently bought. Well, there were a lot of sunscreens in there that were chemical sunscreens, and I just can't, personally, I can't really use a chemical sunscreen because my skin is so sensitive. So I will just use those for my body. So basically, I just have an arsenal of smaller tubes of sunscreen that were either samples or gifted to me, or they came in a kit with other sunscreens that I just can't use for my face, or I just didn't like how they looked on my face, or I didn't like how my makeup applied once the sunscreen dried. So I basically use face sunscreen for my body. However, I do have one recommendation for the body and face for a sunscreen that I got from a dermatologist, and you can buy it on Amazon, so I will link that below. But for the most part, I basically use sunscreens that were intended for the face, I use them for my body. Like I have one of these drawers is just filled with a variety of sunscreens, and there are only a handful of them do I use on my face. And those are, I'll start with my two favorites. It is the Elta MD Skincare UV Physical Broad Spectrum for SPF 41. It's chemical-free active ingredients, oil-free with antioxidants, transparent zinc oxide, which is great because nobody likes that white cast. UVA and UVB protection, water resistant for 40 minutes, facial sunscreen, extra sensitive and post-procedure skin. That's key. And so I'll link it below, but this is what the bottle looks like. Like I said, hopefully it's focusing, but it's just something that I have to have in a sunscreen for my face is it needs to work well under my makeup, period. I may not always wear makeup with it, but that's a requirement for me, is it has to work under my makeup, because if it starts making my makeup slide around and look like garbage, it's out. So, and that's another reason why I have so many other face sunscreens that I use on my body, like I was saying earlier, is because it may not have played well with my makeup, and so then it goes into the stash of, it becomes a body sunscreen. So, so again, the Elta MD, I get this on Amazon, it's legit, and it's 3 ounces, and I think it's close to 30 bucks. Again, it's just for your face, so that is a little pricey if you're going to be applying it all over your body, but it's just for your face, and you could easily just use it for when you're going to wear makeup, and then maybe something a little less expensive if you're just going to use sunscreen. So I love this one. It works great for my sensitive skin. I like that it has a little bit of a tint to it, not much, but so what I do is I put a little bit of this in the palm of my hand, and then I squirt a little bit of that de-bronzy in there, and it gives me such a kind of nice summer glow without having to have a full face of makeup. So the other one that I love, and I know you've heard me mention this before, is the Super City Sunblock by Clinique, and it's 40 SPF, oil-free daily face protector, but it's a favorite of mine. It's tinted as well, and I love this one because I feel like almost every time I wear this, someone says something about how good my skin looks, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it has something to do with this sunscreen. And when I say someone, I usually mean Phil, my boyfriend. So when I wear this, he's like, your skin looks really good today. I'm like, it's that city block, I just know it. So anyway, I don't remember exactly. I think, it's 25 bucks, I think, on Sephora. And for how many ounces? 1.4 ounces. So another winner for me. Another face sunscreen that I love, and I even keep a little tiny one in my purse just in case I find myself needing to reapply. But again, Drunk Elephant, it's tinted. You see a theme here with the tinted. Drunk Elephant Umbra Tint Physical Daily Defense. They have another one that is untinted. I can't speak on that one. I assume it's probably very close to the same formulation as this one. So it's an SPF 30, and like I said, I even have the little tiny version, and I carry this one in my purse. Another home run for me. It's $36 and it's 2 ounces. Okay, 2 lip products. I got this, let's see, where did I get this? I got these both at Marshall's. I got this one from Kula, and it has an SPF, and it's got a color. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, and I don't know if I mentioned it in another video, but it's a pretty peachy kind of, it's definitely a nude, but it's in between a peachy and a pink nude, and it's by Kula. It does have a nice little color. It stays on pretty well, and the SPF is 30, and so I love that it has a sunscreen, a lip balm with a sunscreen. This one is really cool. I can't speak to how well it works over every lipstick, but I will say it was completely worth the money because I found it at Marshall's for $3, and it's Supergoop. And if you know anything about Sephora brands, you know Supergoop is it's not the cheapest brand at Sephora, but so $3 is a freaking steal, man. But it's a lip topper, and there's no white cast. It's just basically a clear lip gloss that you can apply over your lipstick. Again, you'll need to test to see if it works well with your lipstick. I wouldn't want you to you know, buy it and use it, and then it removes the type of lipstick that you wear. But I have applied this over most lipsticks, and it seems to do okay. So it's a lip topper with an SPF of 50. That's so good. That's really good. An SPF of 50, and you can apply it to any lip color. So you're not stuck with using a tinted lip balm and you're just not crazy about the color. This one you can apply to any lip color that you have. Okay, so let's talk about summer fragrances. I have 3 here, 3 of my favorites. This one, let's see, this one is by Lush. It's Vanillary. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's Vanillary. I've had it a long time, but I typically, oh man, it's the best. It's one of the best vanilla scents I've ever used. You can see that I've used a hefty amount of it, but the reason I love it is because it travels well. It's in this great little case. And the price was decent, and mainly that it's travel friendly. I can just pop it in my purse, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I love that. In the same vein, I've been enjoying this other one. This is by the Dirty Goat, and disclosure, I own the Dirty Goat, so of course I'm going to speak highly of it. But if it wasn't a favorite product of mine, I wouldn't include it in the video. So if you know me at all, you know that that's the truth. So, but this one, Lust for Life, is juicy orange, apple, and creamy coconut, and it's just the best summery scent with a little bit of like creaminess to it. I just absolutely love it. It's the scent Lust for Life, and I think there might actually be a couple more on the website. Maybe not much, if any, but don't hold me to that. But again, I love how travel friendly this little guy is. I think I'm selling it, I think it's on the website for $8 for the same size as the Lush one, and it's 0.5 ounces, which will last you forever. And again, the reason that I'm loving this is the scent, and because it's so super travel friendly. The last fragrance, and of course I have other perfumes that I wear day in and day out, but these are more summer related. And I love this one by JANEIRO. I hope I'm saying that right, but the reason that I love this is because I can toss it into my beach bag and not worry, you know, that it's going to be stolen at the lake or at the river or anything like that. So like if someone walks off with my bag, I'm out, you know, maybe $20 with this thing. So I do love that. And I love that it's a body spray. So, you know, once I get out of the water, or like if we're having, you know, it's a hot summer picnic or anything like that, I can just kind of give myself a spritz all over. And I love the way that it smells. It's a very like, it's almost kind of bakery with a little bit of sophistication. Anyway, it's a great body spray. The size is just right to toss in with your towel and some of your other items in your beach bag, and just go. So highly recommend all of these fragrances. The Lust for Life by the Dirty Goat, the Vanillary by Lush. I think you can still buy this. I bought a gift set that had it in there, but I'm not sure if they sell it alone. And this Brazilian Crush Body Fragrance Mist by Sol de Janeiro. So those are my go-to summer fragrances. The other hair care product, it's a Dirty Goat one, but there's no label on it. So because I know what it is, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna waste a label, you know, on something that's for me. But it's, you can trust me, it's the sea salt texturizing spray, hairspray. Not hairspray in that it holds anything, but what I love about this stuff is, well, first of all, it smells fantastic, but it contains aloe and vegetable glycerin, so it keeps my hair soft to balance out the kind of crunchiness, the harsh crunchiness of the sea salt. So it's got sea salt in it, and some hair softeners and humectants. So even though it'll give you beachy waves, like, you know, if you were swimming in the ocean, it cuts down on the crunchy, the aloe vera and the glycerin cuts down on that crunchiness. If you would like to see the sea salt texturizing sprays come back one more time this summer, let me know down below so I can get an idea if it would be worth making an entire batch. And if you would like to see it, let me know what fragrance you would like to see it in, because I'm all about customer feedback. You know, I want to make what you're going to buy. So if there's a particular summer, let's keep it summer, because I'd like it to stay on theme. But if there's a particular summer scent that you'd like to see in the sea salt texturizing spray at the next hair restock, let me know down below. Okay, as I've said a million times before, I have really dry skin, so you'd be hard pressed to find me using a powder, because I feel like it just accentuates my dry skin and it settles into my wrinkles. I have wrinkles. And so I tend to shy away from powders. However, having said that, there are two powders that I can't even believe that I'm saying I love powders right now, but they are anomalies. Like, they are not the normal face powders. And the first one is by BECCA, and it's called Hydra Mist. And I think they say it's made with 70% water. When you put this on, it's so refreshing. It feels like almost like a spritz of water on your face. So if I'm going to be somewhere where I might actually be a little sweaty and things might start slipping and sliding around on my face, I won't go reapply all my makeup, but I will bring a small travel brush, and I will reapply with this, or my other favorite, which is this number 34 Invisible Finish Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. I don't really use it to set my makeup. I use it more like a refresher, but it's got cocoa butter and a lot of moisturizing and hydrating properties. And so this one by Marc Jacobs and the one by BECCA. If you have dry skin and you're like me, like when you hear powder, your skin gets scaly. I just hear the word powder and immediately I become like a lizard. If that's you, give one of these a chance. I think they'll last you forever because you're not wearing it a long time, and I think you'll be surprised at how well it works. In the beginning, just use it, touch up where you might get oily first. Like maybe in here. Most people, even with dry skin, if they do start to get oily, it'll be right in here, and maybe on their forehead they need a little touch up. Start with it there and then see how your skin does. But I'm really enjoying these two powders. I'm not wearing either one right now, so if you're wondering, like, is that what one of the powders looks like, I'm not wearing any kind of face powder. I mean, obviously highlighter and those types of things, but no type of setting powder or face powder. But when I go on my canoe trip, I will be bringing one of these to kind of like touch up just a little bit if I get kind of sweaty and stuff starts sliding around. Okay, almost finished. I've been loving this purse. So I got this purse. It can be found on Amazon. The same exact purse. The tag says Exhilaration. Now I know you guys are probably gonna know that brand better than I would. That's either a Target brand or maybe a Walmart brand. I don't remember. But I found it a couple of weekends ago, maybe last weekend. I found it at the thrift store for $3. The same exact one is on Amazon for $41. So if you love it, it might be worth it to snag one on Amazon. But I love that. Normally I wear a crossbody bag, but I think summer kind of lends itself, maybe I'm crazy. Summer kind of lends itself to like a handbag. I don't even know if you can see this, but I am loving this bag. It's adorable. But I felt like it needed a little something, it just looked a little bit bland. So I ordered this fun little thing and hooked it on from Amazon, and I think this was 13 bucks. So altogether, the entire bag, and it's lined, cost me 13 bucks, and it fits everything I need fits in here, and it's just super cute. I just love it. I've received so many compliments on it already. So it's not big enough to be like a family beach bag, so keep that in mind. It's just like a one-person type bag, but like when I go to the lake today, I will be able to use this. I'll wrap a towel in here and my sunscreen, and we'll totally be able to use this as a beach bag. And then I don't have to switch bags. Plus, the cost means that if it gets up and walks away, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you've been a beach goer your whole life, you know that people walk by and they steal your stuff. So that's another reason that I don't bring anything expensive to the beach or to the lake or anything like that. Even my phone, I leave that in the car. So but anyway, this super cute bag, you can find it on Amazon. It's the same exact one. I don't know if it's the same exact brand, but it looks identical to this, and it was $41, which is a little high for something just for the summer. For me personally, I know price is relative, but anyway, if you love it, you can get one on Amazon for $41, and I'll link this little guy below. I think it was like 13 or 14 bucks, and it's really, I thought it was going to be, you know, kind of cheap. I mean, it is Amazon, but it's really, really thick and heavy duty and well made. So in keeping with that, the other thing that I'm loving is this big floppy hat. I'm hoping it can fit in frame, but the reason that I love this is obviously, well, first of all, it's adorable, but I love it because it protects my face if I go, you know, like when I went to Miami, I wore this hat. But the main reason, the main use I get out of this hat is actually when I walk my dog. Early in the morning, the sun will be out, but I'm still groggy. I haven't had my first cup of coffee, and I just don't feel like putting sunscreen on my face. I always protect my face, but I don't always wear sunscreen. And when I'm not wearing sunscreen, I'm wearing something that's going to protect my face, and that's the other. I wear this and some giant sunglasses, and that will protect me while I walk the dog. But anyway, I love it. I think it was $10. However, I did see another YouTuber. She was reviewing a big floppy hat, or like a visor type hat, but the cool thing about hers was, and I'm very tempted to buy one on Amazon. I also saw one at Marshall's, but the cool thing about hers was it has a seam and it velcros, so you can make it as tight or as big as you want, and it allows you to wear your hair up while you're wearing it. This does not. I have to wear my hair down in a ponytail at the base of my neck if I want to wear this hat. However, just keep in mind that the visor style isn't protecting your scalp, and this would. Okay, I've been loving this long before summer. In fact, I can't tell you how many times I bought this camera. It's a Fujifilm instant camera, and it's just the best. It used to be that you had to buy it from very select retailers, but it has become so popular. I've seen them at Target and I've seen them at Walmart, and I can't recommend this little guy enough. The film is ridiculously easy to load. It's ridiculously easy to use. You just pop this out. It's got like a little house, a cloud, a sun, and a really bright sun, and you just turn the little knob, and then you just point and shoot. And of course, it's instant film. The camera pops right out. Not only is it a fantastic gift idea, I have gifted so many of these to people and a couple packs of film, and it always goes over really well. Not only is it a great gift idea, but it's a good conversation piece. I'm a little shy in crowds, and if I go to a party or if I go to a cookout where I know I'm not going to know a bunch of people, I'll bring this out, and I bring it to use, but I'll set it on the table, and it always sparks a conversation. Someone wants to know, what's that? And I'm like, oh, here, let me show you. And it's such a cool icebreaker, and people think it's so awesome. They love it. And I take a picture with them and let them keep it, and it's just such a great conversation piece. It's so fun and so lighthearted, and it's nice to get away from. I love my iPhone. I do. I love smartphones and the ability to take pictures all the time, everywhere you go. But there's just something really nostalgic and free-spirited about this. So again, I can't recommend this enough. It's the Fujifilm Instant Camera, and I think it's perfect for summer. Toss it in your bag, which I will do. See, look, I'll be taking this with me, and just toss it in my bag, and I'm ready to go. And an extra pack of film, and I'll link below where you can get it, but I know you guys have probably seen these at Walmart and at Target, and it's just such a great little thing. It used to be $100 or $150 for this when you couldn't find it anywhere. Now I think you can find it for $50, so that's pretty cool. $50, it's a slam dunk. Okay, 3 more things, and then I'm all done. I promise I'll let you go. Okay, 2 of them are books that I've been reading, and I was gonna read a couple passages, or 1 or 2 passages out of these, but by the end of these videos I can hardly stand the sound of my own voice, so I thought the same might be true for you, so I'll let you check them out on your own. But this first one is American Housewife, and it's by Helen Ellis. All I can really say is it's short stories, which I love. I love books that are segmented into short stories or pieces, because it allows me just to pick it up, consume a little bit, and put it back down without having to always remember what was going on, because sometimes I may not pick the book back up for several weeks and I'll forget what was going on in the story. So that's one reason that I love this, but it's just hilarious. The back says, a whip smart collection of stories featuring retro feminist ladies who lunch, by Elle magazine, and this one I thought was really good, by NPR. Satirical humor as twisted as screw top bottles and more effervescent than the stuff that pours out of them. Ellis is a master of the unhinged. It's if you like, it's not raunchy, but it's very tongue-in-cheek, and if you like that kind of humor, that kind of tongue-in-cheek humor, I really think that you will enjoy this book. And the other book that I'm loving is by Melody Beatty, but it's Journey to the Heart, Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. Again, what I love about this is it's dated. It's got the date, so like August 23rd, 24th. Each day you open it up and you read the daily meditation for the day. And they're just, what it is the author has puts little anecdotes that relate to the end thought for the day. And so without having to go into great detail, one of the end thoughts for the day is set yourself free. Love exists only where freedom exists. Create relationships that are equal. There you will find love. There's small little sections, so you can just read it as you're having your morning cup of coffee. And I like that it keeps me on track with the date. So it kind of reminds me, hey, you didn't pick it up today. You know, you're gonna read 2 tomorrow. So I just love it, and I feel like it's a book that I can use year after year. And I feel like everyone could use this. It's just, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me occasionally post really good ones. So that one that I read to you was from June 16th. Seek freedom and equality in love, and I really liked that. So anyway, I think you'll like it too. And I got it on Amazon. You don't need me to link it below, but it's Journey to the Heart, Melody Beatty, and author of the #1 bestseller, Codependent No More. Those are my favorite summer reads, and here's what they look like. Okay, 2 more things and then we're done. So the next is my new deodorant that the Dirty Goat sells. It's a spray version, and I love it. I have my old solid. I still use it sometimes. So what I'll do is, if I know that it's going to be a really sweaty day for me, I will first apply the spray. It's not necessary, but I like to just be sure that I'm not going to be stinking up the joint, you know? So if it's going to be a really sweaty day for me, I'm going to be outside most of the day, I will spray this, and then once that dries, I will go on with a little bit of my solid. It's got some junk on there. It's very used. I use the heck out of this, and this is the Bowie, but this is the probiotic solid, but the new one is the spray. And if you've tried it and you love it, comment below, because I'm really proud of this. I'm proud of both of these recipes because I came up with them 100% on my own. They're not tweaked recipes or bought recipes or anything like that. So I'm very proud of them for that reason, but mainly because they're both very effective products. So anyway, the spray deodorant, I'll be making lots and lots more of these, but I wanted to include this because I love for summer. See, with the solid, it bothers some people but doesn't bother others. Because of the zinc oxide, it can tend to leave a small white cast. Once you rub it in, it's gone. But I know people who wear swimsuits and tank tops, they'll opt for the spray version because of that white cast. But again, the spray deodorant is a home run product, and if you haven't tried it, I definitely suggest it. But I did want to mention, I will be releasing my July summer playlist. It's called, you'll find it on, I'll link it below, but the title of the playlist will be Summer is a Harsh Mistress, and that is a play off of a novel called The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. So anyway, which is a really great book. If you haven't read it, it's fantastic. It's older, but it's timeless. So anyway, I will link that playlist below, and it's such a good summer playlist. It's got beachy vibes. There's a little bit of top 40 type music on there. There's some indie pop, some bedroom pop, some hip hop, a little bit of classic rock is on there. It's just a little bit of something for everyone, and I just love. I love working with a theme. When I make these playlists, I just love having a theme, and I'm already working on the October playlist. It's secret, you can't see it, but it's called She's Witchy, and it's so good. It's such a good playlist without being corny Halloween, you know, like there's no Monster Mash on there, like, oh gosh, gag me, right? But anyway, so the summer playlist is so beachy and like fun and uplifting. You know, you can listen to it in the car with the windows down, you know, or the sunroof or the top down, and it's on Spotify. By the way, Spotify is free. It's just like, it's like Pandora, but a million times better. I ditched Pandora. I had Pandora for like, sheesh, at least 5 years, but I ditched Pandora and I ditched Apple Music because I just liked Spotify better. But anyway, I will link my new playlist below. I haven't released it yet, but when I link it below, that will be the first time that it's been released. That sounds so egotistical, like it's the first time it's been released. Anyway, sorry. I get excited about my playlist, and the summer playlist I'm super excited about. It's just so fun and easygoing. But anyway, so again, if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me, for sitting down and taking time out of your day. If you know me at all, you know that I firmly believe that time is the most precious commodity we have. So anytime someone spends any amount of time with me or on something that I did or connecting with me or anything like that, it just really touches my heart because they could have been doing anything else. I don't know if you know the live version of Jay-Z's song, H to the Izzo. In the live version, he says, right, it was the unplugged. It was the unplugged version, and you should really give a listen to it. Maybe I'll link it below. You don't even have to listen to the whole song, but in the very beginning, he goes, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're with me, and I appreciate that. So yeah, so you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.